So yeah, I do belong in this game. I do. I do. I do. I do belong in this game. I love the response from somebody who made a video about it. It's absolutely amazing. I've got so many comments and I want to use them as evidence, but I don't want to put y'all words into it. So that's why I'm gonna leave y'all out of it a little bit because I do see y'all comments. I feel bad for half of y'all. And for other people, I mean, let's be honest. Um, I either don't understand or like I do understand. It's just that, some things are just the way it is, right? And we just here to disagree, agree to disagree. So I just want to make sure that I make this vid for the person who tagged me into that other video. I don't want to be ignorant as hell at all. I really don't because I saw the thumbnail of what the person posted. If I don't respond fast, people are gonna be like, "Damn, that's what he said in the thumbnail." He told people that don't join a party if you don't know the mechanics. No, that's not the whole point of this video that I posted. The whole point of this video I posted is that players are leaving the dungeon for no odd reason, even including when they die to a mechanic. And literally in the Halloween dungeon, it messes up for certain players if you straight up leave the dungeon, including when you get that checkpoint right there. And, I could go ahead and show you the POV again. You can't hook on the damn freaking pumpkin. And for some odd reason, some players get pissed off whenever they think that you are quote unquote trolling, quote unquote, whatever the reason that they want to get mad at you for. Because let's be honest, you can't please everybody. You can't really sit here and help anybody who can't really help themselves by understanding other players or by, explaining something to some players that don't really have the knowledge too. So I really don't know what to really get to your type of point of view. If you're talking about I should have helped players, I do. I do help players. I do help players a lot, right? Not as much as other players do, but it's like, let's be honest, I do explain certain things, including when like I get pull Andes in the party. Let's be honest, if I was a healer, most likely the reason why I'm not a healer is because that there's pull Andes in there who loves to pull the boss whenever I teach. Yeah, and that's the thing. I get annoyed about that because there's some pull Andes in here who basically just pull wherever they want to pull, right? Because they don't have time or like they don't want to wait. If somebody on the mechanics, they just don't have time. They just basically just type on the pull. No, I'm not typing on the pull. Include on a PlayStation controller. I'm a PlayStation 5 person, by the way. It looks like you on a PC because, I see that gaming chair, baby. But the thing is, like, I could be wrong. So that's why I'm like, not really going to say much about it. Or probably just say, like, maybe I am wrong. So that's why I'm just say it. Right. But if you don't know mechanics, that is basically on you as a person to learn. That is basically your ability as a player, a Throne Liberty player, to learn. If you run into players who just straight up just dog warding you by cussing you out or calling you stupid or clueless or dumb or whatever words that come out of their damn mouth, right? It's it's on you to ignore them, but it's also on you to tell them like, it's my first time. You personally have a responsibility of a person who has a class to do what you have to do. So yeah, so I'm basically just telling you guys like, this is the type of thing you could avoid, right? But you as a player has a job, right? And whenever you have a question, you gotta ask it, not just trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, trial and error until like somebody say something. You as a player have to understand that if you have a voice, you could use it and be like, I don't understand something. Because let me tell you guys something. Where people out here are telling you, hey, and I've been seeing this multiple times on my side, by the way. It's just that I don't have it recorded. If I did or have a live stream, y'all would be like, okay, this is a whole different story right here. When somebody said, do everybody knows the mechanics and nobody said anything and they just straight up just wiped the party or like they messed up and they killed 2, 3 other people. I mean, that's on them as a person to open up their mouth. It's not oh, they were uncomfortable. Maybe you should explain it. Just explain it just to whatever, right? But if you just explain it, are they going to learn from it? No. People are not going to learn from their own mistakes sometimes. Okay? They just don't understand something because they're not a PvE person. They're probably a PvP person, right? There's two types of person in this game. PvP, PvE, or both. If you go at both, nice. If you're not good at both, well, here's the thing. You're going to have to learn from the other side anyway because these are the type of content you're going to jump into anyway. So it's great to have guides to able to make sure that you have an easy time. Guys equals easy time. But I'm just saying that's up to you though if you want to have an easy time. Some people are frustrated at certain players. And I'm not the one that's frustrated. I'm the one who's trying to look out for your sanity and your concern and your mental health. But like I said, your concern is little to me because the thing is, even though I'm making sure that every single one of you is very, very like mindful of what type of plays you might run into whenever you go into a blind run for yourself, not for everybody else. Everybody else probably know the mechanics, but you don't, right? And you mess up. And now you're gonna sit on the back of the wall, back of the blockish wall, right? And wait for the boss to die. And you didn't learn anything because it got carried through, right? And then you're gonna go to the next dungeon and you're gonna do the same thing. It's not gonna work out. You're gonna have to eventually learn, right? Including when like players are gonna do the same thing. That's how players don't learn. They don't get the mechanics explained from the boss at all. So that's why I'm like, it's better to look up a guide because like, if you don't look up a guide and somehow you just randomly get past the boss because people will carry you or something. You're gonna have to learn from what you see. But the thing is, some bosses like Duke Magna and Shakal blocks you from looking at the boss arena. Like, let's be honest, it's gonna be like that. Including when you gotta sit behind the damn gate and watch the rest of the players, either trial through or beat the boss or die or whatever, right? I also want to make an addition, right? I want to make an addition. When it comes down to learning, right? When somebody's explaining a mechanic, the first thing some people do, some impatient people do, is pull the boss. Now, I have instances where I literally try to teach somebody Shakal, right? From Cursed Wasteland. Literally, somebody pulled the boss with a bow and arrow. They shot the boss and I lost half of my HP instantly, right? Because that's what happens when you pull the boss while somebody's teaching, right? They're in the chat typing stuff out for somebody to understand, and you just instantly just pull the boss. And the funny part was I was a healer that time, so that's basically not good. Because if I die, the rest of the team might die if they don't have a wand user. So let's be honest and let's be a buck right there. Don't pull anything if somebody explains something real fast. If somebody asks you a question like, hey, do you know the mechanics? We can explain something to you. And we say nothing, they're just going to assume that you know the mechanic and you just don't need teaching, right? But when you just sit there and not understand the mechanic and you just basically just be like, I didn't learn nothing, I'm going to just do it again. You obviously not going to know nothing because you're going to trial and error until you meet the one person that you wish you never meet. Because those are the type of people that are going to be in this game that is going to come after you. That's going to basically tone you down for not who you is, but what you're doing. Okay? It's your action, not mine. I teach people I don't leave dungeons. I don't expel people. Even though I know how to leave a dungeon, even though I know how to expel people, I don't do that. Period. I even care that much about people who has children and family, right? They're always first. I don't care about no damn game. They're always first. I will drop something just to literally make up an excuse for somebody and say, I'm going to my family. In my head, I'm going to my family. Instantly. I don't care what it is. Right? I always drop it. And the thing is though, like, I care about people like that the most. It's just that other players who are either I don't wanna cross no line. But I'm just gonna say those type of players don't have patience for you. And it's okay. Alright? I'm not crossing no bounds. I'm not gonna say who they are. I'm not gonna say what they do. I'm not gonna assume who they are. I'm just gonna say those type of players are not going to have patience for you. And you're gonna run to those type of players. You're gonna have an issue. You're gonna have an argument. But again, that's basically, your experience. I'm just telling you how both sides is. I'm telling you as a suggestion thing. I'm not going to entirely tell you to do that. That's up to you as a player because you as a person have responsibility in this game, and that is learning entirely from this game. And you can learn more. All right. Thank you for watching. I'm done. I'm gonna go do a guild raid. See y'all later.